Hey, hi everybody, Bill MacPhee here with Life After Mental Illness. I'm your recovery expert, and recovery is when you wouldn't want to be anyone else other than who you are today. Today, we're going to talk about delusions. Now, delusions are basically a positive symptom. Remember we talked about positive symptoms with schizophrenia, that things that are added to your personality that shouldn't be there are positive symptoms. And one of those symptoms are delusions, because in a normal person, delusions shouldn't be there. However, delusions are a positive symptom. So, delusions are basically a false reference. Now, when we talk about reference, a reference is a point that is sort of true or stable. It's sort of true. And when we talk about a false reference, it means you're off. It's off reference, so it's not true. So basically, a delusion is a made-up story or something that is not true. And it can happen in schizophrenia, and you can also have delusions in bipolar as well. Now, delusions, as I mentioned, are made-up stories. For example, when I was delusional, when I was in my psychosis, or split from reality, that's what psychosis really means. It's basically split from reality, and that's what schizophrenia actually means, is split from reality. So when I was split from reality, having these delusions, I thought that maybe I could read other people's minds, or that I was a prophet, or a new Jesus Christ, or I had magical powers, things like that. Very delusional, things that were not true. Now, a lot of times, for example, people may have delusions such as, I knew this one girl that went to New York, and she said that she went to a party and she met somebody famous, and they went to the apartment and all that. And you know what? You could really believe these things, but they are delusions. They're not true. But in the mind of somebody who's telling you that, it seems like it's true. And it seems like it's true because of the paranoia that you might be having, the coincidence that back up your paranoia, the lack of insight, which is another positive that we talked about in the last vlog. So there's many reasons. And you see, there might be another person I can remember that thought they had a record deal and that they were going to be famous, and it was all signed and they're just waiting for that. So things are made up stories or delusions or things that are not true. That's what a delusion is. Now, as well, you see, a lot of times people think about psychiatrists. Well, they go to a psychiatrist and they tell the psychiatrist about their delusion or about what they think their real story is or what's going on. But you see, the real truth is that the psychiatrists, they've heard all the stories before. They've heard about how, your father is Satan and you're famous and all these kind of things. So the psychiatrists really don't care about the stories or the delusions. And really, people think that you're lying down on a couch and a psychiatrist does psychoanalysis and goes deep down and all this stuff there. The fact is that the job of a psychiatrist when treating illnesses such as schizophrenia and bipolar is that they need to find the right medication and try to convince a person to try different medications to bring them back into reality, to get out of those delusions. Now, as well, for example, in the movie A Beautiful Mind, I reference that movie a lot of times because of the movie A Beautiful Mind. Russell Crowe played John Nash in that movie, and Ron Howard produced that movie. And what was really, really neat is that in that movie, John Nash had sort of a delusion in that movie where there was this little girl. There was this little girl all the time in this movie showing up in his life. The thing is that when John Nash saw this little girl, throughout throughout a 20-year period or 20-year plus, this girl always seemed small. And one time in the movie, he actually says, John Nash says, she never gets any older, or she never gets any bigger. And John Nash realized that he was in a delusion, or hallucinating, or having an illusion. And I'll get to that in a second. But John Nash realized that he was delusional because this little girl never got bigger or older in his delusion. So what that means, and very true, is that when we are having delusions, we may think that some things make sense and other things don't, but we believe some of the things because of the paranoia that we've experienced, some of the coincidences that we've experienced, the lack of insight that we had, and all this new kind of stuff. So we have, so we doubt our delusions, but sometimes they're cemented in. So we're really confused about that when we are going through our psychosis. Now I mentioned illusions and hallucinations. And in our next vlog, we're going to talk about illusions and hallucinations. They're very similar, slight difference in things, and I'll explain that in the next vlog. So I think I'm going to end there. Let me just kind of look at my notes and see if I forgot anything that I'll reference to you. Let me just see here. Talked about that. I talked about that. Okay, let's just see here. Beautiful Mind, I talked about that. So yeah, so basically I covered everything I wanted to in this vlog. And I just want to tell you that if you have any questions for me, just email me at bill@billmacphee.ca. Ask me a question, I'll answer your question on this vlog. As well, next time we're going to talk about illusions and hallucinations, which are other positive symptoms. And subscribe on YouTube and tell others about this vlog. And remember, there is life after mental illness, and recovery is when you wouldn't want to be anyone else other than who we are today. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye for now. Hi. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And follow me on Facebook and Twitter.